Key to Success in Advanced English, Unit 9, Petra. Lesson 5, Integrated Skills, Writing. Objectives. Students should know how to write a good essay. Contents. Guidelines for writing a good essay. Guidelines for writing a good essay. Read the following guidelines that can help you write a good essay. Requirements and guidelines. To write a good essay, it is important to read and follow the following guidelines. 1. Your essay should include the following. A. An introduction with 4 sentences. This introduction should contain a specific thesis that sheds light on the place that you have visited from your own descriptive perspective. It should also contain 3 supporting points that make your reader understand and imagine your thesis and description. B. Each supporting point should be explained in a single paragraph that contains 4 to 6 sentences. Each supporting point must be associated with 3 relevant and logical sub-supporting points. Your description should be as specific as possible to make your reader have a clear picture of what you are describing. C. A conclusion with 4 sentences that briefly and logically restate the thesis and the relevant supporting points, as well as fostering the image already built in your reader's mind. 2. Submit the following. A. An outline. See and follow the template below. B. A final draft. See and follow the template below. 3. The final draft should be revised and edited to avoid the following. A. Grammatical mistakes. B. Irrelevant ideas. C. Inconsistent structures. D. Punctuation problems. E. Spelling problems. F. Too broad or too narrow thesis or ideas. 4. The final draft should use Times New Roman, font size 12, a space of 1.5 between the lines. The margins should be either 2.5 centimeters or 2 inches, and with the page number at the bottom right side of the sheet. Template 1. An outline. 1. Thesis, clear, specific, and related to the topic, and straight to the point. 2. Supporting point number 1, logical and relevant to the thesis. 1. Sub-supporting point number 1, logical and relevant to supporting point number 1. 2. Sub-supporting point number 2, logical and relevant to supporting point number 1. 3. Sub-supporting point number 3, logical and relevant to supporting point number 1. 3. Supporting point number 2, logical and relevant to the thesis. 1. Sub-supporting point number 1, logical and relevant to supporting point number 2. Number 2. Sub-supporting point number 2, logical and relevant to supporting point number 2. 3. Sub-supporting point number 3, logical and relevant to supporting point number 2. 4. Supporting point number 3, logical and relevant to the thesis. 1. Sub-supporting point number 1, logical and relevant to supporting point number 3. 2. Sub-supporting point number 2, logical and relevant to supporting point number 3. 3. Sub-supporting point number 3, logical and relevant to supporting point number 3. 5. Conclusion. It should briefly restate the thesis and its supporting points. Template 2. Final draft. The final draft should include the following parts. Topic. 1. Paragraph 1. Introduction. It should contain 4 sentences, which should have a thesis, attracting statements about the topic, and a brief introduction to the supporting point. 2. Paragraph 2. It should contain 4 to 6 sentences, which should state supporting point number 1, and its logical and relevant sub-supporting points. 3. Paragraph 3. It should contain 4 to 6 sentences, which should state supporting point number 2, and its logical and relevant sub-supporting points. 4. Paragraph 4. It should contain 4 to 6 sentences, which should state supporting point number 3, and its logical and relevant sub-supporting points. 5. Paragraph 5. Conclusion. It should contain 4 sentences that briefly restate the thesis and its supporting points. Following the previous guidelines, write a descriptive essay about Petra or a particular place that you have visited. Vocabulary. Thesis. A statement that someone wants to discuss or prove. Draft. A version of something such as a document that you write before you make the final version.